It's Wednesday, and I am Navya, and this is my Fangirl Diary. Today, I'm kicking off a brand new series called Creator Chats, where I ask your favorite supernatural creators all the questions you've been dying to learn the answers to. Joining me for this inaugural episode of Creator Chats is someone you may know very well if you've been around the convention circuit, specifically the creation convention circuit for a while, or if you've just, been around on Instagram. This creator is the host of the podcast, Keep On Rambling, and you may have seen him palling around with Matt and Sean, who you also may know as the creators of a little known TV show called Public Domain. Well, without any further ado, let's bring in Noah. Hi, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
We are really excited to have you here on this channel, on this massive channel where you're being watched by thousands of people right now. But I feel like, okay, so the whole kind of philosophy behind doing creator chats is that there are so many creators that I love, but like I
Yeah,
only get to know about them like in these like one-to-one chats, like really like who they are and what their lives are like outside of creation. So I just kind
yeah,
of want to like bring that joy to everyone.
that sounds very fun. I'm excited.
Okay, so I'm gonna dive in with my first question, which is the easiest one. How would you describe your content, your account, your platform, your podcast to someone who has not heard about it before?
My content, and if you follow me, you know, it's very chaotic. Like, I don't post regularly, but sometimes I do. It's very just all over the place. You don't know what to expect. One day I'll be talking about supernatural, the next I'll be talking about something completely different. Um, And my podcast is, I mean, the same thing because like it started off as a supernatural podcast, but then I started getting non-supernatural guests, and it was like, well, okay, so this is what it is. We're just talking.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just very crazy and chaotic, like not put together at all.
But I feel like there's a method to that madness. Like it's really
Yeah,
like you really get to know people, especially on like your podcast. Like it can be a lot of fun.
yes. Oh yeah, definitely. Because we sat there and listen, I kind of procrastinated stuff of the part two, but we did like a 2.5 hour interview,
Yeah.
which was very chaotic. It gets very fun though, because in that chaos, you get to know these people off, like, some have been content creators, so you get to see them
Mm-hmm.
like off the screen,
Yeah.
but also some of them are people who have, been in the convention world or been on TV or, yeah, and you get to learn more about them off the screen.
Yeah. For sure. That's a lot of fun. So you started
It
off
is.
creating supernatural content. So what set that off?
I think a lot of the bigger creators, like I wanted to be like some of them, like Addison. Um, I don't think Emmy was making content around the time I started. She might have been, but very much Addison. She was my biggest inspiration. And at the time, like my phone was broken, so I was using. You could tell in my early content, like it's very bad quality. But I was using an iPad, like
Mm-hmm.
one you just buy. And yeah, I just was like, you know what, we're gonna do this and we're gonna have fun. And it's very fun. It's been a way to meet other people.
Yeah.
Um, I've gotten to travel the world,
Mm.
not the whole world, but the US.
Getting there. Yeah.
Not the world yet. There are, not gonna confirm anything, but there are talks of exploring the world next year. But yeah, it's very fun and just very chaotic.
But what was the supernatural of it all? How did you find yourself doing like supernatural stuff?
So, hold on. I think I just started watching Supernatural and then I was like, I want to be a content creator. Then I was like, I could do it. It's easy. I have a bad quality iPad camera.
Yeah.
And so I just started doing it. And I guess it was not difficult, but difficult because I think I started off like when I started in the supernatural community, I might have been 17. Let me
Wow.
think on that. I think that's right because that would have been 2024. I think I started. So, like, not important information, but yeah. So I was still very nervous and I was like, ooh, like, what if somebody who I actually know sees this? And they're
Mm-hmm.
like, oh. But I mean, I didn't know a lot of people at the time. So it's like,
Yeah.
who's really going to see this?
Yeah.
um, Turns out a lot of people. But I was just got very inspired by Supernatural to start making content, and it was just very fun. Again, like a lot of my earlier stuff, not the best. Even like going really early, like I just was posting photos with characters like Felicia Day and
Yeah.
sometimes um like Misha. Like I was just posting their photos, and then I was like, okay, let's start making actual content, and then kind of just dominoed into something bigger than what I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, because I know that your account still has like a fan account tag on it, and I feel like that's not entirely reflective of what it is now.
No, it would definitely start off as a fan account, but now
Mm,
it's just I get on there and I'm like, oh, well, this is what's happening today. I feel like I talk about the supernatural people and
yeah.
I talk about going to conventions, but it's very, I would say it's more like fan girl account, which
Mhm.
there's a difference, you guys. uh, Again, like my biggest inspiration has always been Addie.
Yeah.
I feel like she's a lot of the supernatural community's inspiration, though. Like a lot of people were like, "Oh, look at this content creator. Let's all," because a lot of the supernatural content creator community. This is no shade to anybody out there, but they all kind of make the same content. So we there it kind of just dominoed, and I think Addison was definitely like the first domino of all the other dominoes. Which, and I do feel like, oh my god, I'm like rambling,
You're good. You're
but
totally good.
we kind of like spiraled. But I do feel like there's people who like make really creative content. Like for example, I brought her up earlier, Emmy. She makes crazy, not like oh she's crazy, but no, like crazy content. Like you don't know what to expect from Emmy,
That's true.
and I feel like Emmy's now much more my inspiration because I'm like literally she does whatever she wants with her platform,
Yeah.
and I'm like I could do that.
Yeah.
And I guess I didn't realize it at first. I was just like wanting to be this perfect like account. And I'm not that hold on. I'm not saying that Emmy's account isn't perfect, but you know what I mean. Like I wanted to
Yeah.
be like the other supernatural content creators. And then it became what it is today, which is just I'll post photos of myself sometimes, but I'll pop on and I'll be like, guys, did y'all see what happened with like Jared Padalecki? And it's just very fun and chaotic.
Love that. We need some non performative content creation.
Yes, we need some chaos in the
We
world.
need some chaos in the world. Yeah, there isn't enough of that, you know?
Yeah, no, not enough chaos yet.
Not enough chaos at all. Okay, so we talked a little bit about your story, like the story behind your content, but like what about the person? What is your non content creator persona? Who are you when you're not creating content?
So, okay, let's get into it. I'm a very
Yes.
chaotic. I know I've said this already, but I'm a very chaotic person.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've seen like my room or anything with me in it, it's very chaotic, and that's just who I am as a person. I'm a writer,
Yay.
do a
We
little
love
writing on the
writers.
side. Yes, writing is very fun. I'm a theater kid and I want to get back into theater. I love musicals
What's your
and
favorite
like
musical?
it would mm, no, I'm gonna say it. It would be Supernatural the music. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm one of my favorites of all time. I always want to say it's Heather's because that's what got me into the
Mm.
musical world. But it's Six. Like Six is one of those musicals that brings me pure joy. The songs on the soundtrack. it's just so good and it brings me pure just happiness. And I really love like six, and I'd love to somehow be a part of it one day.
Mine's Hades Town.
Oh, I have not seen that one yet. I've heard some of the music and it sounds good, so I'm gonna have to find a way to watch it.
It's definitely one of the more like classics.
Yeah.
Okay, so writing, theater, what else?
Um, Not a lot of people know this about me. Like a few people know this about me, but I'm
Ooh,
actually,
exclusive.
yeah, kind of exclusive. Like I post it from time to time, but like not, I'll do it on my close friends. I'm a collector of dolls and wrestling
Yeah.
figures, which I don't think a lot of people know about me. That's one of my very special interests. It has been for forever. And a lot of it is it's just the creativity of it all, you know?
Yeah.
And just the fun of it all. And I just love healing my inner child because, you only live one life. Do what you
Yes,
want.
you do. And I think with creative people, it just kind of comes out with like different outlets, you know? It's like, yeah, you
Yes.
create content, but you also like collect dolls and you go to theater. And like, those are all very
Yeah.
like creative driven outlets. What kind of stuff do you write? I wanted to ask.
I like writing horror. I'm currently, not to tease, but I've been working on a few things recently. I'm working on my own supernatural-esque um what's it called, script, which it
Mm,
has inspirations of supernatural, but it's not completely supernatural. And it brings the element of the monster of the week
yeah.
back. Because I feel like, you know, when Supernatural was airing, that was a big thing, like having a
Yeah.
monster of the week. I feel like a lot of shows did that for a
Mm-hmm.
while. But now I just feel like I don't want to say there's no creative shows anymore, but a lot of it just feels like, oh, look, here's a show about a cop going to do cop things. Like we have so many cop shows.
We do.
And we have a lot of cop shows, a lot of like medical shows.
I was
And I'm
about
like,
to say there are way too many of those, and like the
there,
fire stuff, like you have like 911
yes,
and like the first responder stuff.
yes, a lot of just in the first responder field. But also we're in an era of just spin-offs, which
Yep.
don't get me wrong, love a good spin-off, you know. But it gets to a point where it's a spin-off of a spin-off of a spin-off, and I'm gonna bring up a certain there's actually two certain shows that have been doing this recently. 911 definitely,
Yes.
because there's
Good call.
911, 911 Lone Star, Nashville. There's probably others that I'm not even mentioning. And then another one that I feel like has done this was Big Bang Theory. And, like this is a random tangent, but my parents love the Big Bang Theory. I've seen
Me,
almost all the
I'm
episodes.
a Big Bang Theory fan.
Yes, it's cute, it's fun. But then we got Young Sheldon. Then we got Georgie and Mandy.
Mandy.
And now we're getting another spin-off. And I'm like, when is enough enough?
I feel like Georgie and Mandy was fully unnecessary, but I'm really excited about the one that's coming up because it's a sci-fi spin-off, which feels more Big Bang
Oh,
Theory-esque than Young
yeah.
Sheldon.
But no, yeah. I feel like Georgie and Mandy was just kind of weird. Like we
Yeah,
could have just continued that story in Young Sheldon.
yeah, they could have.
Um,
And I feel like there wasn't so much there to like explore.
yeah. Because I feel like, we know from the Big Bang Theory, Georgie has multiple wives,
Wives, yeah. This is
and
why it's called
Mandy,
Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. I'm like, is there gonna be
yeah,
another one?
there's gonna be like a sequel, and it's gonna be like the second, and there's a third. But no, I really think again we're just in an era where everything's kind of just copy and pasted,
Mm, yeah.
and we need more creativity in the world. But there aren't a lot of horror shows anymore. Like I feel like when 2000s was like peak for like horror shows,
Yeah.
Vampire Diaries, Supernatural, Pretty Little Liars. I can go on.
Mm.
But there was a lot of like just like shows with horror elements, and now we just don't really have that anymore.
I
Like
think
we have
sort
a
of the boys and the what cinematic universe is the
yeah,
response to that.
yeah, the boys definitely is like one of the but the boys, here's my thing with the boys, and it's not airing on TV. It is on
Yeah.
Amazon.
Mm,
So I love a TV show that's airing on TV. Like I love weekly episodes, but like I'm not getting that with the boys. I know that's weird, but
yeah.
because I know it is weekly episodes, but it's just not the same because it comes out at a specific time for everybody.
Yeah.
And it's not like, oh, look, this is coming out at 12 p.m. No, it comes out at 2 in the morning. And so you got to avoid all the spoilers, or unless you stay up till 2 in the morning. Not me, guys. Somebody else, somebody else.
Or you're just
But
like waking up at like 6 a.m. and first thing you do is watch the boys, like kick off your
exactly,
day with that energy.
exactly. And it's not a fun energy to start your morning off or go to sleep. Because then you're left like, oh, well, that just happened.
I need to watch like a sitcom to like cleanse my palate before I go to bed.
Exactly. Like I have to sit there with myself for a second and be like, oh, okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to sleep, gonna be thinking about. And that's like why I could never go to sleep, like watch Supernatural before I went to sleep. I did it once. And I have this horrible character trait about me, which is I feel so bad for random characters. Like,
Same.
so when it was which one was Lilith season? Season 4 was Lilith,
Yeah,
right?
season 4 was a lot.
When Lilith killed all those people in like the doctor, not the
Oh my
doctor, the police
god,
station,
yeah, that was awful.
I felt so horrible. And then they described it to us, and I just couldn't stop thinking about it. I was like, what the? So I gotta like stop my brain from thinking about that still because I'm like, I feel so bad for those random characters we knew for 5 seconds.
Oh my
Because
god,
it's like,
that's true.
I don't know, but that's why I can't go to sleep. Well, I can't watch Supernatural before I go to sleep because I will be feeling like, oh, well, that character's dead and I feel bad. There was another like I don't think it's happened with the boys yet. Yet. It's gonna happen, you guys.
Definitely.
But yeah, I don't think it's happened with the boys yet. Um, just because they don't give you time to feel for the characters who they
Yeah.
kill.
It's just let's move on to the next one. There's like five deaths coming up in this like next 20
Yeah,
seconds.
like you can remorse over them later. 5 more deaths.
Yeah, you
So
can
you
do
just,
this on your own time.
but it's just I don't know. I just feel like we need more crazy shows where again you feel bad for the characters and also where the characters can die and then come back at any point.
And you get a chance to sort of develop a relationship with these characters if you like
Yeah.
kind of just spend more time with them.
But another crazy thing I'm working on, which I haven't worked on it recently, but I'm slowly working on it, is I may or may not be working on a little supernatural fan project.
Ooh, are we
Um,
getting an exclusive? Another
I
exclusive?
think I've talked about this before, but
Okay.
it is a continuation of the original Supernatural. Right, it takes place a little bit after Dean died.
Mm.
So Sam's not dead, but Dean is dead. Um, but it does not focus on it focuses on just supernatural still because when Dean and Sam die, it's not like, oh, all the demons are just gone.
Mm.
They're still vampires, they're still a little bit of everything. So we need someone to kind of carry their legacy. And yeah, so that's kind of what it is. Which is gonna be fun. And it's gonna be a little fan project that hopefully once I get like the right equipment can be filmed and kind of published to YouTube
That's cool.
or
That's exciting.
maybe made professionally and then we get a supernatural reboot, you guys. Season 16.
I
No,
mean,
but
they only did a prequel. There is still room for a sequel.
that's true. God, but yeah, we just need more horror shows again.
We
Bring them
definitely do.
back.
Well, my
The
next
CW.
question was gonna be that
Ooh,
how does supernatural tie into the non-supernatural parts of your life? But I feel like you kind of already answered that. But I also want to see if
yeah.
you want to add anything further to it.
Well, um, I mean, obviously, anytime you could carry on my wayward son, you think of Supernatural or Heat of the
Yes,
Moment,
for
or
sure.
literally any song from Supernatural. Um,
But I guess like
but no,
convention culture, right? Like you started going to cons because of Supernatural, or were
I
you like
did.
always into convention culture?
So yeah, I started going to cons because Supernatural, because I went to my first convention in 2024, which was a Supernatural one. And then, I'm now going to other conventions that are not Supernatural, and it's very fun. I haven't gone to, hold on. I've been to a few that aren't Supernatural, but I'm going to more later.
That's
I have
exciting.
some planned. And the good thing is I live near Nashville, so they do a lot of
Mm,
cons up
yeah,
there. And it's very fun, and I love going to conventions, meeting all these people, and again, it's really fun. Like, not to be like, oh, it's really fun, but it is. Because I know I'm not like the most popular content creator, but also I've had people come up to me and be like, oh, you're on Instagram, and I'm like, yeah, I am. And I've seen content creators I have interacted with on Instagram, like Emmy. I met
yeah,
her. She is so amazing. But I met her. I met a couple supernatural content creators, and it's crazy because it's like, whoa, we know each other on the internet, but um, we also know each other now. We've seen each other, and one of like the craziest things was like, Amy came up. Well, I went up to Amy to say like hi, and she was like, "Oh, I know you from the internet, don't I?" And I was like, "Yeah, you do." And so it's kind of crazy because I'm like, "Oh my God, someone actually knows me, guys. I'm famous."
love
um,
that.
yes, and also I think with the way I have gone about these conventions,
Hmm.
a lot of the people at the conventions, like who work at the conventions, I've made bonds with them. Um, which is it's fun. You make again, I think I said this on one of my podcast episodes maybe, but you make bonds with the actors and actresses, and it's just
Yeah.
so great. And so that's like, I don't think I answered that question right, but we kind of went on a rambling. But yeah, like I don't get noticed in public where I live, thank God, because I don't think I could do that. But I think when I go out and go to a supernatural convention or a convention, like people notice me, and it's nice. It's nice.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's kind of the same for me that I find myself doing more sort of like my other fandom activities, like outside of the supernatural fandom, have also kind of
Yeah,
increased because of like being involved with this fandom. It makes me
definitely.
more involved in all these other places, which I think is cool. Speaking of conventions and fandoms, so you get approached, which means you have a very solid audience, and that's great. So, how would
Yeah.
you describe them?
Hold on. Hold on. Sorry. Repeat that.
How would you describe your audience?
Describe my audience. That's a good question. They're very, it's very much people who are big in the supernatural community, and
Yeah.
I'm not like it's people who are big in the supernatural community who go to like a lot of conventions a year. But it's also, smaller content creators follow me, and it's cool. So it's just overall just a bunch of people who, all over the world. Like I know people from who live close to me. I know people
Yeah.
who live, you know, in Europe. But I just know a lot of people from all over the world, and they're all over the world. If that makes sense, like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
But is it
So
mostly just creators then?
yes, it's a lot of creators. But also again, like people from the conventions follow me.
Yeah.
Um, People have like, loved my cosplay and found my account through that way. So
Mm-hmm.
some of them are cosplayers, and some of
Yeah.
them are just people I went up to and I'm like, hey, I want to follow you. Do you want to follow me back? And then we became friends.
Oh, lovely. I have one final question and then we're gonna do a supernatural rapid fire.
Okay, rapid fire. What's the final question?
The final question is, what is the best thing that you have learned from creating for your community or creating just for the fandom at large?
I've learned, it's okay to see hot people. No,
Yes, that's the takeaway. That's the trailer right there. It's okay to see hot people.
it's okay to see hot people. No, but seriously, I have learned so much from the community, and I have learned to put myself out there, even if I don't want to. I have, going to these conventions is so hard, especially if you have like social anxiety.
Yeah,
But going through that is just so fun, and like it has opened who I am as a person, and it's just very. The community has brought so much to me, and let's not get emotional, you guys. But I've learned that they will help you lift you up, but they will also sometimes tear you down, and that is okay. Because at the end of the day, these are people on the internet who do not know you personally.
that's
Well, some
true.
of them do know me personally, but that's besides the point. But they do not know you personally, and that they are just people, if you were to block them, you would never see them again.
That's true.
And at the end of the day, this is a saying, not a saying, but it's something I seen on TikTok once, and I was like, this is so true. How are you gonna be mean to me on my phone? I pay for my phone. So if you're experiencing someone in the community being mean, block them because this is your phone. Like, why are they being mean to you on your phone?
I
That's
fully agree. That's
yeah,
a great message. And with
yeah.
that, we now get into the supernatural rapid
Okay.
fire round.
I don't
Okay,
know how fast that could go, but we got this.
we will try. We'll try to keep it
Yes.
fast. All right, let's go. Your favorite thing about supernatural?
My favorite thing about Supernatural is Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles' abs. Thank you.
Okay, kiss, marry, kill. John, Mary, and Bobby.
Oh my no, 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 I'm out. No, 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 no. I thought that was going a complete different direction. Oh my God. That is crazy. Um, damn. Well, that is a that's a hard question. I'm going, okay, I guess here I really have to, I guess I have to marry Bobby because I can't marry Mary or else like that would be borderline incest. Uh, can't marry John. I guess I know I see I want to kill John Winchester, but also like girl, I'd smooch that. So I'll marry
I mean,
Bobby.
it is Jeffrey Dean Morgan, so I feel like
Exactly. But oh yeah, I'll uh marry Bobby, kiss Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Kill Mary Winchester. I'm so sorry. Not because, but Mary Winchester already died once. She can die again. It's
she can
okay.
die. She died
I,
twice, technically.
I'll make that sacrifice.
Yeah. Okay. One character that, if someone said that they hated this character, you would be genuinely offended.
Can I say all of them?
Like,
No.
basically, like one character that's like absolutely not hateable in your mind.
Bobby Singer.
Okay. Your favorite non supernatural show or non supernatural like role with like a supernatural cast person. So it can be a whole
Oh,
show, but it can also just be like this person in this show.
oh my God. Hold on. Oh, ooh, that's hard. DJ Qualls in The Big Bang Theory. Thank you very much.
Yes! Oh my god, he is
Ah,
so good!
that's the one.
That's the one. That's the
Yes.
perfect answer. That's the right answer.
It's the only right answer.
It's the only right answer. Okay, the last one. Your favorite entity. So like hunters, prophets, angels, demons, whatever. Take your pick.
Oh, angels. Yeah. Yeah.
Good choice. I
Yeah.
I, I like that. Okay, any final words of wisdom, advice to creators watching you?
I have one simple word of advice, and it is very, very sincere. Alexander Calvert, wherever you are, you need to be saved. Send us your information. We will come and save you for a low, low price of $3.
Thank you so much for being here. This was so much fun.
Thank you for having me. I had so much fun.
Thanks a lot. And we will see you hopefully soon for a part two.
Yeah, ooh, a part two.